Welcome to TforSearch. Who doesn't like to go on vacation and see different places? Today we are going to talk about 16 top-rated tourist attractions in Germany Part 1. Stay tuned. Number 16. The Berlin Wall. While not exactly the most picturesque of places, the Berlin Wall, or what's left of it, is one of those attractions that any visitor to Berlin simply must see. Built in 1961, the wall was the most visible manifestation of the Cold War mentality that existed after World War II, and by the time it was torn down in 1990, it extended some 155 kilometers. Thankfully, all that remains of the wall today are small graffiti-covered sections, stark reminders of the more than 70 people who died trying to escape from the East. Sections of preserved wall include a short stretch at infamous Checkpoint Charlie, as well as a section at Humboldthafen opposite the Reichstag building on which the victims of the wall are listed. Also of note is the excellent Berlin Wall exhibition, with its permanent exhibits relating to the Berlin Wall, and the Berlin Wall Memorial. Number 15. Insel Mainau. The flower island of Lake Constance. Insel Mainau, the spectacular flower island on beautiful Lake Constance, covers an area of 110 acres and attracts many visitors to its beautiful parks and gardens, luxuriant with semi-tropical and tropical vegetation. Access to the island is by boat, or via a pedestrian bridge connecting it to the mainland, so be sure to allow a little extra travel time in addition to the 2 or more hours needed to properly explore this stunning property. Ample public parking is available on the mainland, some with electric vehicle charging stations. Another highlight is the 18th-century Schloss, notable for its lovely white hall, the old defensive tower, and the gatehouse. Number 14. Sanssouci Park and Palace, Potsdam. Spectacular Sanssouci Park, laid out between 1744 and 1756, is considered the most celebrated example of Potsdam Rococo. Reflecting the personal influence of Frederick the Great, the park includes a lovely Baroque flower garden, more than 3,000 fruit trees, and numerous greenhouses. It's a pleasure strolling around this huge park, especially the straight as an arrow, 2.5-kilometer long avenue, shielded on each side by trimmed hedges, perfect lawns, and gorgeous gardens. A number of park buildings are worth exploring, too, in particular the picture gallery with its many works of art. Other must-sees here include the exquisite Chinese house, an extremely elaborate garden pavilion, and the wonderful Roman baths complex. Sanssouci Palace itself, a single-story Rococo building with an elliptical dome in the center and a circular room at each end, is notable for its spectacular interior decor, especially evident in its large oval marble hall and sumptuous apartments. Number 13. Rothenburg ob der Tauber. The old Franconian imperial city of Rothenburg is one of the most attractive places to visit on Germany's famous romantic road tourist route. Located on the steep banks of the picturesque river Tauber, it's notable for its walls and towers, untouched since the 30 Years' War of 1618. This completely preserved, picture-perfect medieval town offers endless charm. One of the most popular things to do in Rothenburg ob der Tauber is to join a walking tour, or do it yourself. Get started by picking up a map from one of the tourism offices located in the town. There are no end of opportunities to explore, with individual buildings of note including the imposing 13th-century town hall, Rathaus, and the wonderful Ratstrinks II, or Council Tavern, built in 1466 with its interesting clock. Also worth seeing is St. Georg's Brunnen Fountain, built in 1608 near the end of Herngasse. St. James's Church, with its fine high altar dating from 1466, and the Imperial City Museum. Simply walking the old streets past these beautiful buildings is a timeless experience, especially if it involves the Planline, one of the town's most picturesque spots. And after all that adventure, end your visit at one of the many fine restaurants dotted around the town. If traveling in winter, be sure to include a stop here for the traditional Christmas market, which draws crowds from across the country, and even farther afield.